This stuff is just fascinating, even if you believe all these people are nuts and nobody saw anything. It's still fascinating. Anyway, this is BFRO report 71803 from Summit County, Utah. And let's see where exactly that is. Oh, oh, okay. Tiny little campground way over there. Wow, there's nothing around for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Oh dear. Okay. I can tell you the location probably checks out. Anywho, observed me, my dad, my cousin, my brother, and my uncle were elk hunting by State Line Reservoir, Utah. My uncle and my cousin split up, and the rest of us went one way. It was getting dark. We headed to a meadow to meet my cousin and uncle. We were waiting for them, so we sat down on a log. My uncle and cousin um, are still a ways away. Then in the back of my head felt like someone was watching me. Then there were two very distinct wood-on-wood knocks in front of us. Then we heard two behind us, then two more in front of us. I got up and knocked back, and in the distance we heard another bigger one. We also a bit later heard a single knock even closer behind us. I did some rock clacks, and after a while I heard something move behind us. On our way out, my uncle heard one knock. Okay, so it's kind of long understood that when Bigfoot hunt, what they do is they kind of have a triangle formation, and if there's like two animals in the triangle, well, they'll knock twice. If there's three animals, three times. If there's one, they'll knock once. You know, it's a kind of tree knock things. It's a thing. It's what they do. So this is what these fellers out there are experiencing. It can be a little scary depending on how far away it was. I've heard this knocking before myself in the woods, and it's a little scary. You know, all of a sudden you're just walking alone in the woods and you hear this thump really loud in the distance, and then you hear it answered from behind you, thump, like, yeah, we see him too. I don't know. Anyway, uh, uh, the spelling here is a little interesting. My dad heard about a sitting by Marsh Lake. I don't know what that means. That's other stories. My dad heard about a sitting by Marsh Lake. That makes no sense. Other witnesses, me, my dad, my brother, my uncle, my cousin. We were sitting on a log. Uncle and cousin were hiking to us. Pine forest by a meadow by reservoir. Okay. So I don't know. Is it possible? Sure. Is it probable? I don't know. Did it happen? Maybe. And it's one of those things. You never really know. It's just most people that are in the woods, they hear this big old knock in the distance or a couple thumps in the woods. They'll just chalk it off as just the woods being the woods. But you know, when is it not just the woods being the woods? When is it something ominous? You know what I mean? Interesting. So let me know what you think, and um, and that's what I got for this one. Hmm. Interesting. So you're asking yourself, why did the Bigfoot cross the road? Well, probably to get to the other side, is what I would imagine. This is BFRO report number 71920 out of Cass County, Illinois. Kind of interesting, so I thought I'd share. What was observed Saturday night, I was driving at 10:30 p.m. in central Illinois, headed from Cass County to Tazewell County. A car was probably 3/4 of a mile ahead of me, and I could see their taillights. I saw a large animal jump into the road about 40 yards ahead. When it hit the road, I could see very large legs spread wide in a dead run with a large swinging hairy arms. Of course she did. The arms switched back and forth to the ground as its body was leaning forward. It leaped across the road in 2 jumps. When it hit the shoulder, it looked back at me. I said to myself out loud, "A effing Bigfoot." Well, that's very classy of you. It was about 2 seconds before it vanished into the darkness altogether, but I could see it clearly. Of course you did, because you were driving on a highway at 70 miles an hour. Why wouldn't you see it clearly? I mean, I, okay. It was very large, and even though it was hunched over nearly horizontal, it was still close to being wider than my car, um, nearly to the top of my windshield. It blocked out the lights of the cars ahead. It had shiny black hair. Could not see eyes or mouth, but saw its head turn towards me before it jumped into the dark field. It was running and leaping very fast, nearly as fast as a white-tailed deer. Its gaze and/or stride was huge. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I mean, there are a lot of instances where drivers, see something whiz across the road real fast, and who knows, could be a deer, could be Bigfoot, could be a bear. I don't know. The problem with big highways and things. Of course, this is a 2-lane road over a bridge. This happened over here. Okay, so you got woods that could go in on that side, and I mean, location kind of checks out. It's the middle of nowhere. This looks like a farming community. I don't really see any big towns. There's tiny little adorable towns scattered about here and there, but I don't know. Maybe it's just it's interesting. It's interesting. Um, sometimes though I'm a little apprehensive because people can repeat the stereotypical talking points, as if they've experienced them. Um, you know, I don't know. It'd be nice if there was somebody else there too, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, is it possible? Sure. Is it probable? I don't know. Is it interesting? Heck yeah. So that's what we got. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this one. And I'm just going to leave it there. Huh. Interesting.